Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with more Euphoria. This is episode 5. And god dang it, this show, my heart can't take it. There's just too much tension all the time. You're not sure. I kept worrying about Jules' safety last episode. With Dominant Daddy tracking her down and following her. I thought he was going to threaten her or maybe even attack her. But thankfully he didn't. He was just trying to get her to promise that she wasn't going to tell anybody else besides Rue, who obviously saw. And yeah, that really surprised me that he was not going to do anything. But that didn't stop his son from being the kind of person who would threaten her. And turns out he was just posing the entire time, pretending to fall in love. And just the hugest betrayal. That there could not have been a worse situation that came out of that grinder conversation. He's gonna hold her hostage with these, or he's gonna blackmail her with these pictures she took of herself, child pornography, as he says. Which just the laws on that are just ridiculous, right? If someone under 18 takes naked photos of themselves, that counts as child pornography. Yeah. I mean, obviously, yes, it counts as child pornography, but the kid gets punished by the law and gets put on a sex offender list. That's the law. That feels real weird. But yeah, this is the situation she's dealing with. They both have to keep each other secret. But he has to do it in a way. He had to make it into a way where he was threatening her, and he nearly choked Maddie earlier in the episode. You can actually see the hand marks around her neck. Nate is just big trouble. I don't know what's gonna go on after this. A lot of other storylines going on. Cassie, McKay was too afraid to call her his girlfriend, and she wound up cheating on him. That's a whole nother situation. Kat thought Ethan was talking to some other woman and not interested in her, just pretending, so she went and slept with some guy who graduated a couple of years ago, which also statutory rape. But so many things going on at once. My brain can't handle this, but I'm excited to continue, even though I'm frightened to continue. But yeah, if you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And we're also 1 week ahead over there as well. And let's get started.
For as long as Maddie could remember, everybody loved her. She just knew that she had something special. Something intangible, something immeasurable.
The it factor.
And it gave her confidence.
And Nate took it all away.
She didn't always tell the truth.
You're a virgin?
Because the truth is that when she was 14 on vacation in Panama City Beach,
14.
she met a guy who was 40.
Hey, you from around here?
40?
Which, in retrospect, seems kind of rapey and weird, but honestly, she was the one in control. But that's the thing with guys like Nate. They don't actually want a person. They want something they can own.
Right.
And possess. It's not like she ever cheated. Every now and then, she'd find herself in a gray area. Except for that DJ who said he opened for Calvin Harris, and the stockbroker guy with the family who lived on Oak Street, and the hot dude who ran the roller rink.
Except for all those times.
It wasn't the violence that scared her.
Really?
It was the fact that she knew no matter what he did, she'd still love him.
That, yikes.
You know what would be better? Jules and fentanyl, but I can't do both.
Rue, dinner's ready.
Okay.
No privacy? She just
give me a second.
She just came in.
We're just gonna take things really, really slow.
Somehow, I doubt. Rules.
You ready? How bad does it hurt?
It didn't hurt at all.
There's no fucking way I'm doing that.
Oh.
Maddie woke up 3 hours early, applied more concealer than a burn victim, and tried her best to cover up. Maddie.
Crap.
She's in here.
I'm fine.
Why is everyone like so dramatic?
Obviously, you've been through a lot this weekend.
The chick's crazy. Do you know why Nate and Maddie were fighting?
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to talk until I get a lawyer.
You're not being charged.
Look, Nate's gay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
God damn it. Whoa, whoa.
Daniel, I can't.
Did I like do something?
I don't know, Ethan, did you?
He didn't.
So
He
the night of the
actually
carnival,
didn't.
Well,
No matter how cool or sexy or smart you think a guy is, they're actually just fucking pathetic.
It's true, King Queen.
Nothing more powerful than a fat girl who doesn't give a fuck.
This guy's got money and power. How much can he control the story?
Did you do it?
Not really.
Not really?
Did you admit to it?
No.
Did you do it?
No.
This is so fucked up.
Can we talk about the fact that you fucked Nate's dad?
Bro, swear to God, like, on your life that you will never tell anyone.
No, you fucked Nate's dad.
I'm serious.
Rue,
This is like,
chill.
You know what would be amazing? If they paid you off with a bunch of money and do a bunch of really cool shit.
Rue.
do you have a lot of one-night stands?
Define a lot.
That's a yes.
Like, more than 5.
Yeah.
What's your number?
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
My super brief and horrifying sexual history. Oh god.
I gave 4 hand jobs in 8th grade, 2 blowjobs in 9th, one of which I was emotionally coerced into.
It was like Conan O'Brien.
Tell the entire school that you sucked my
Oh,
dick, so you
yeah.
might as well just suck my dick.
Wow.
Did you come?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
Word.
You look like you came hard.
All I know is, life is not a Nicholas Sparks novel.
Have you ever been in love?
Calm down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Come on, baby. We don't want to hurt you. Get off of me.
There has to be a better way. She's not.
Thanks, guys.
What the hell? This doesn't feel right at all. I mean, neither does keeping this secret that she's been abused, but like, this is traumatizing for her too.
When we've broken up, I know for a fact that she's been with other guys. I don't know, I mean, it's possible that night.
Wait, what?
That doesn't matter.
What were you gonna say?
Doesn't matter.
He's.
I'm a survivor of abuse. It took me 10 years to admit that. Because the most insidious symptom of abuse is the inability to admit that what you're enduring is not normal.
And what happens in a month, 6 months, a year, when she moves away and goes to college? When she tells you she just wants to be friends.
You mean if?
Nothing in high school lasts forever.
I just wanted to make amends with everyone. Because every time I've shared, I was lying.
Jeez.
But I met someone. And she's helped.
Are you two, like, nothing?
No. We're not a thing. I don't know what a thing is. I don't want to go to dinner with you and Rue. I'm sorry.
Why? Because you're embarrassed of me? Or is it because you're a thing? You're a good influence.
Just the slightest smile. Here's some of my pee.
I'm really sorry about what happened the other night at the company.
Specifically,
It's okay.
don't let him off the hook like that easily.
Over the course of the last 5 days, Maddie had sent Nate a total of 273 text messages, none of which he answered.
Eso no es amor verdadero, Maddie.
Who the fuck are you to judge?
insultes!
Seriously, Mom, Dad has slept on the couch since I was 10 years old. It feels good to know that there's one person in this whole fucked up world who has my back. You think I want this? You live in the same house and you don't even say one word to each other. Dad, I need to come over like right now.
I'm not home. I'm in the middle of something. Can you call me back later?
Can you blow them up, please? I really need you right now.
I can't. I gotta go. Sorry about that.
Glad to see these two are enjoying themselves. Aw, they're all hanging out. You know, I've never been rollerblading. Oh! You know, at this point, if the whole rest of the season is just them having fun and enjoying themselves, I'd be fine. This show is too much.
Bruce seems really good.
Yeah.
It's because of you, you know.
That's a lot of pressure. What does that look?
You from around here?
I'm from planet Venus, baby.
Can you please stop the music?
Jeez. What is up with you?
He's too scared of the consequences now?
I just want to talk for a little bit. Do you think hiding it creates the same thing in them?
Honey, I don't know. Everyone knows who I am.
They have so much anger. Not just anger, but rage. And it scares me.
How crazy would it be if it was the same hotel? Is that freaking him? Did they recognize each other? Oh god. Each other's cars?
Hey, handsome.
Crap. Alright guys, we had another hard-hitting episode, and it was hard to watch Maddie go through all of that. As much as I don't think she's a good person, it's just... nobody deserves that. And we had the beginning of the episode focused on Maddie, and we learned that she was a part of beauty pageants at first. And actually I thought that the guy on TV had molested her, but it just turned out that her mother had seen her, seen that and like taken her out, which, yeah, she had lots of star power, the it factor, and after taken out of the pageants, she just wanted to do nothing, which, Ruth first said that like Maddie didn't care, that she didn't want to do anything despite living in such a political time in our world, and I didn't understand that at first until I realized that she meant Maddie just wanted to be like a trophy wife, and that's, well, some people will think that's somehow anti-feminist, which it's not. Like, I dislike the idea of like bad feminism when it's used in certain ways, specifically, like there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a housewife, a trophy wife, or just, like I have a friend, one of my old classmates I saw on Facebook posted something about how she felt like a bad feminist because she shaves her legs. Now, like literally choosing to do what you want with your own body makes you feel like you're less feminist. I mean, that just sucks. Because yeah, like the world, the patriarchy just crushes like non-cis het men to the point where not pushing back on everything makes her feel like she's not good enough, which just... And I dislike the idea that some people who call themselves feminists will call her a bad feminist for doing that. It's just ridiculous. I mean, she's a bad feminist in other areas because she doesn't care. She only cares about feminism in like the most basic level. She doesn't care about... She's white, so she doesn't care about black issues. She doesn't care about Latinx issues. She doesn't care about LGBTQ issues. So you can't be fully feminist if you don't care about all these other things. I don't know if she's transphobic or not, but yeah. What was I talking about? Anyway, I was saying, geez, I forgot. Right, that Maddie, there's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to live the life that you want to live. I think being feminist is just about living the way you want to live and not letting society, this anti-feminist society, just dictate what you should do. And yeah, I'm just like, Maddie, you do you, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Except she does hurt people. Like, it turns out she lied to Nate and cheated on Nate. And Rue said she never cheated, but doing something you know to your partner, doing something you know your partner would not be okay with is cheating. But yeah, it turns out she lost her virginity when she was 14 to a 40-year-old, and that guy is just... I can't believe, like, I don't know. For some reason in my head, I kind of assume that people, I don't know. It's so insane to me that a 40-year-old, I mean, obviously it happens a lot, but I guess I've never even seen it in fiction. So it's just like shocking to me. Obviously it happens a lot. But yeah, she was wearing too much after she got to school after Nate choked her because she wanted to hide the bruises. She's overheated. The Molly made her depressed and not want to eat, so she was hungry and dizzy, started to faint. And then everybody gets taken in for questioning, or not questioning, it's just like the principal asking questions. Jules got dragged into the story a little bit too, and I don't think we've seen her interact with Maddie, and I'd like to imagine that she would want to help, but she's not able to because she's another one of Nate's victims. She's being blackmailed. And Maddie, she's still grasping to this idea that Nate truly loves her. And she and her mom get into it. She doesn't want to wind up like her parents, who have like zero affection for each other. Like, my parents aren't nearly as bad. They don't nearly have as bad a relationship with each other. But I also understand so much not wanting to become like them. Like, it would just be tragic if I wound up like them in the future, I feel like. But yeah, she says it feels good to know someone has your back no matter what. And, I mean, that's why I was so mad at Kat. Like, first Maddie sent out like 200 texts and Nate couldn't respond. And then she reached out to Kat, who was just like, I'm gonna have to agree with Ethan. I don't like the person Kat is becoming. Blowing off Maddie like that when she called and sounded like that desperate so you can just get some? Come on. She's like tripping on her own power and then like losing compassion. She's losing... This is not what I want to see happen to someone. Like, I imagined that this story was going to be about her coming to terms with like empowering herself through her sexuality, but it's making her such a mean person. It's honestly, yeah. What else happens this episode? Cassie, she was in like 2 scenes. She turned down Daniel, but he's still being quite a creep about it. She makes up with McKay, and yeah, their story was mostly in the background this episode. I might take a front seat the next few episodes. But yeah, back to Maddie and the whole situation. Cal Jacobs, he knows his son hurt Maddie. He tries to make sure that Nate won't reveal it. And like, he asks like, oh, did you do it? If Nate needed to... First he says not really, which is just obvious yes. And then the second time he asked him, he's just like... He paused for like literally 10 seconds. It's kind of a dead giveaway if you have to pause for 10 seconds to answer that. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that Nate's assault was taken somewhat seriously. Like, he's the type of person who would get away with this stuff, like, who would have this stuff swept under the rug. But yeah, he dropped the idea that it was some other guy who she had sex with who did it. Just so shitty. I don't... Like, he said when they broke up that sometimes she would sleep with other guys, and he's implying that happened, and they choked her. Like, if he really wanted to blame it on somebody else, Maddie would probably go along with it. That's... It's so screwed up. I just really want to see him actually be punished and sent to jail at some point. I guess it'd be juvie at this point. But yeah, the school played a video about abuse, and everybody was just looking at Maddie out of the corner of their eye, or just like straight up staring at her. Man. Yeah, meanwhile, we have Cal kind of hesitant to have sex with the person at the motel at the end of the episode. At first, I thought it was maybe because he was afraid after Jules to put himself out there again. But it turns out it was because he was feeling horrible over his sons, actually. He says they all have so much rage, which we haven't seen the older brother have rage, but I'll take his word for it. Yeah, I mean, the first one's rage hasn't been showed much, but it makes sense given the way his father looks at him and like treats him. But then Cal asking the person if hiding it creates the same thing in his children, and at first I thought he meant like his own sexuality, but I'm actually not entirely sure, because like he was talking about the rage and he wasn't really touching on the sexuality. Does he mean that hiding his own sexuality is leading to the boy's rage, or is he talking about hiding his own rage leading to his boy's rage? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the person he was with definitely thought he was talking about his sexuality, but like Cal, I'm not sure. But yeah, Cal is so much more sympathetic than I thought he was going to be early on, especially like during the first few episodes. I think it started happening when he started talking to Jules again at the carnival. I thought he was going to threaten her and like be violent towards her. But I guess it's possible that I was just projecting what Nate was like onto his father. And I was just like, yeah, I felt like his father was part of the reason why Nate was the way he was. But I mean, he seems like someone who's just trying so desperately to keep his own life together. And he genuinely wanted to raise his kids to be like good people. And he's broken up that he might have created this rage inside them. So, yeah, I feel bad for him. It sucks. And then after he leaves, we have Nate and Maddie meeting at the same hotel. Nate's father uses, like, the same hotel Nate's father uses for his sexual escapades, which is just... I don't know if Nate somehow knows that's where he goes. And I feel so bad for Maddie. She's just stuck on him. And actually, now that I think about it, if they really wanted to get away with it, with saying that Nate isn't guilty for assault, couldn't they just say that they, like, she enjoys being choked during sex? I mean, I don't know if anybody would buy it, but, like, I think that would get them off, like, much easier. There wouldn't be so much scrutiny. They would almost have to sweep it under the rug because, yeah. I mean, not that I want this to continue in any way, shape, or form, but, like, to me, it seems like the best way out of their situation. But yeah. Not this whole, like, oh, maybe there was some other guy, which is just, I don't know. We also got a glimpse of Rue's sexual history, and some of it's pretty bad. Like, coerced into giving a blowjob at what I think it was 15. Sex with the guy who was just like, oh, you look like you came hard. And just obviously not paying attention to her enjoyment of her sexual experience at all. And then it was like a montage of like people getting their picture taken, and the last guy clearly looked like Conan O'Brien, which was really funny. But yeah, she opened up about not actually being clean to Narcotics Anonymous, and it was very heartfelt, and she was talking about like how important it was to her. And then she was talking about how important Jules was to her, and then right afterwards we went to a scene between Jules and her father where she downplays the relationship. Oh, that's gonna be so bad. Because yeah, Rue is doing really well, and she wanted to make things up with Lexi, apologize to her, and it was sweet. But yeah, Jules, I just want them to be happy together, but I want them to be like, actually, I don't even need them to be together. I just want them to be happy. And there are moments of it, but Jules is just clearly not okay with the amount of responsibility. The amount of responsibility that comes with being so responsible for Rue's sobriety. And getting rules tattooed on the bottom of both their lips is just hilarious, but yeah, Jules isn't into Rue as much as Rue is into her. And I think that she senses that Rue is completely dependent on her for her identity and like her sobriety, and that's not healthy, and she's not ready for it. So that sucks. Yeah, it's a rough situation. This show is stressful. I feel like the last 3 episodes are going to be so tough to watch, but I really am enjoying it. It's great TV. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to leave a like, and if you want to watch the next episode early, you can check that out on Patreon as well. Thanks for watching.